K4AX Mac, and I got KC8OPP, but I don't have a name. So KC8OPP, what was the name on that end?
You may not be copying KC8OPPP, are you there?
All right, Dr. John, you answered my question. The name here is Roger. The name is Roger. And I'm only copying one or two stations, so we'll bow out and let you guys continue on. But thanks for taking my call, Dr. John. We have a mutual friend in Gary Taylor. That's the subject of the email that I sent you. He was a good friend of mine up here in Ohio. KN4ME 73s from KC8OPP, Roger in Salina, Ohio.
Roger that. I hope everybody was copying. Let me just take it right quick before I pass it back. KC8OPP, handle is Roger. He's in Salina, Ohio, and he was a good friend of Gary Taylor, K4XK. The source of all of this, well, not all, but a whole lot of this equipment here that I inherited. And we'll talk again, Roger. I'm just, if you can hang around on the email, I'm wondering if you're the gentleman that did the fine job of restoring the R390 of mine. This is beginning to ring a bell. But let me pass it back to you, Alan, and you can continue the group. Thanks for letting us buddy in, KN4ME.
Okay, Dr. John, KN4ME, N4OZI, and the SAMRC Swath and Fellowship Prenet. Very good. Let's take a standby. I've made a list so far. Let's see if we have any other check-ins. Any check-ins for the Prenet? Come now.
W4OB. K3JWI.
4 Bravo Kilo Charlie. Okay, I got a whole bunch there. Oh, goodness. Let me get this here written down. Okay. Got Ray, W4OB. Ken, K3JWI. Bob, K4BKC. And Roy, W4IDD. Any other check-in?
KW4TV.
All right, got Manuel in there. KW4TV. Oh, you're booming in up here. All right, I've got to get all these down. Any other check-ins? All right, we got them all. So let's go up to the top of the list to Dr. Ron. How about some comments for the Prenet there, Dr. Ron? There will be for GWA, N4OZI.
Okay, Alan, very good. N4OZI, and I'm a little bit low in frequency, looks like. See if I can fix that. Excuse me. N4OZI, WB4GWA. Good evening, everybody. And, yeah, Manuel, you're strong in here, and I diddle diddle, sounds good. And, Ray, copying you quite well. In fact, I'm copying everybody really well. The band's super. And I've been enjoying a lot of DX work, and especially on 10 meters, because 10 has been wide open. And that's been a lot of fun. And just catching up on some projects around here. So things are moving right ahead. And Alan, you're coming in real good too. I hope this is a precursor to what this solar cycle is going to be like. They're predicting it to be quite active and quite well, and sure would love to see if it used to be in the 60s, that's for sure. So maybe we're in for a pretty good cycle this time, and some good communication all the way around. I copied the station in Ohio really well too, so just a good night, and looks like we'll have a good net for sure. So back to you, Alan. Appreciate you doing what you do. N4OZI, WB4GWA.
Okay, Dr. Ron. That'd be for GWA. N4OZI. I think I got most of the echo removed. That sounds better now, but it's still a little bit in there. And yeah, that station in Ohio was coming in fairly good down here, so I had a very good copy on them. And so it looks like it might be a good conditions for tonight. So over to you, Sam. KF4TXQ. How about some comments for the prenet? This is N4OZI.
Okay, N4OZI in the prenet for the SAMRC. This is KF4TXQ. And boy, what good signals I'm hearing tonight. And the band is in the best shape it's been in a long time. And I'm just like you, Dr. Ron, and everybody else. Let's hope it holds. But anyway, let's hope we don't go from feast to famine. But anyway, you know how it goes. Well, let's see. I'm hoping that I'm going to get my crazy Dixie 60 going here in a little while. Of course, when I say a little while, that'll be within the week. But anyway, I'm experimenting with a VFO out of a P599 Kenwood. It's an all-solid state VFO, and I just was experimenting around. I'm bad to do that, and I hung a 100-puff doorknob in there. It's one of those small doorknobs, and they're extremely stable. I was amazed, you know, when I put it on there, and it brought the VFO out of the 4.9 to 5.5 range, and it just puts the signal right where you want it in the 75 meters for this band and for this frequency. So anyway, I'm hoping that's all going to work out. It has good output too. So we'll see. That's what I've been doing here, besides straightening things out and you know, working on my interface, which I made out of a 275 watt Johnson Matchbox tuner, and that works real well. So anyhow, I've been toying with the idea of trading off my KISS 500, the one that I built in Lou Duncan's kilowatt Matchbox case, and it's working good. It's also got a tap on there for 40 meters. If anybody's interested in a pair of 813s in the same configuration I'm using now, it'll do 75 and 40 meters. I got one available. What I need is I need a spare 7300. So I'll be glad to trade that for 7300 if anybody's listening that's interested. So anyway, let's see. Alan, back to you. N4OZI, you sounding great from Woodstock. This is KF4TXQ.
Okay, Sam. KF4TXQ in the prenet, it's N4OZI. And fine on the DX60. Never have a DX60. I've had many of them kind of go by me at a handfull, but never have really gotten one. But I may have to get one of these days. I've been kind of tempted. All right, let's before we take let's go up to Dr. John, and after that we'll take another standby for check-ins. How about some comments for the printout there, Dr. John? KN4AME, this is N4OZI.
Yeah, thanks, Alan. Great signals all around. This is KN4 Mike Echo, Killett, Alabama, and I'll keep it brief. Mac, I did want to respond before I forgot, and I forget things fairly easily these days, seems like. I'll be happy to bring the iron over when I come to Lawrenceville, if I'm able to come. Now, having said that, there's so much here that for a selection, we need to confer. There are at least two BC10 B plus transformers. I have not yet located the modulation transformer, but I had promised that to Charlie long ago, and but they're probably, I think I sent you a picture and some details of the big modulation transformer. And I don't know if that really fits. I think I sent you some specifications. I don't know if that fits your plans or not, but they're probably 8 to 10 modulation transformers here. We would need to go look at them to see, because I have not even checked most of them for continuity, much less turns ratio, impedance matching, and all that good stuff. Anyway, I'm good. He may yell at you. You've got my cell phone as well. We'll confer before Lawrenceville. We'll be happy to bring the stuff over if I'm able to come. I would bring some other equipment as well to sell. N4OZI, thanks for letting me in again. And with the group, KN4, Mike Echo.
Okay, Dr. John. Mac, you want to respond to him? Go ahead and take your pre-net comments now. W4AX, N4OZI.
Okay, thank you, Alan, and thanks for running the net, pre-net. And thank you, Dr. John. That's fine. You know, I'll be glad to come over there still. I'd love to see you and love to see your stuff. And I'm not sure that transformer spec that you sent me will actually fit anywhere on the chassis, so it may just be a little too large. I hope to see everyone at the Lawrenceville Ham Fest. It's the first week of November. Alan, you probably know when it is, but hope to see everyone there. And Manuel, it was great to see you, and thanks so much for helping me load that 610 in the back of my pickup truck. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Back over to you, Alan. N4OZI, W4AX.
Okay, Mac. W4AX and the pre-net, N4OZI. And, the Stone Mountain Lawrenceville Ham Fest is November 4th and 5th. Information on my QRZ page, plus if you click on it, you'll see the information about the parking changes for this year due to bus driver training. So there we go. Let's take a standby, see if we have any other check-ins before we pick up Eddie. Any other check-ins for the pre-net? Come now.
W4MA.
Okay, we got Bill in there. Any others? Okay, we got you in there, Bill, W4MA. We got you. You come after Manuel. And let's see. Let's go back and pick up Eddie. K4AMI. How about some comments for the pre-net? This N4OZI.
Okay, N4OZI. This is K. Well, good afternoon, Alan. You're sounding good down here. And Bill, just checked in there. You're sounding good, Bill. Good to hear you. Bob up in Columbia, you're in down here tonight. So looks like we're going to have a real good night here tonight. Mac, my wife and I both retired now, but we both used to work at the airport and one of the precautions we had was in our regular cars, we had run flat tires. So hopefully if you had one, you just keep going. You have a flat tire, you just keep going. But my truck, I have an F-250, and it doesn't have them. But, you can get a puncture anywhere. But, I felt like breaking down up there. I grew up in East Point in Collegeville, and that was the days where you didn't lock your doors. And I'm an old guy, but we didn't lock our doors. I don't know how to clean a house till I was 16, and they just started locking for whatever reason. I don't know, but there wasn't anything going on in East Point College Park back in those days. But boy, has it changed. That's why I went 40 miles south of it now. One of the reasons. All right, Alan. Good to hear everybody, and carry on with the pre-net. Thanks for being there, buddy. N4OZI, this is KA4AMI.
Okay, KA4AMI in the SAMRC pre-net. N4OZI, well, it's good to hear you. Coming in good up here, sounding good. And yeah, it can get pretty rough down there. I remember one time I got up early for a Dalton Ham Fest, of all things. I remember getting up at dark 30 and having to go across Atlanta on I-20 at about 4 a.m. It was about 4 a.m. because I was going to get up there early. Somebody's car had broken down in the middle of the interstate, and no lights, no nothing. They just left it there. And I come flying around the curve, saw something, and managed to get out of the way of it. But I was like, oh, that is an accident waiting to happen there. Just couldn't even see it. It's pitch dark. It was unbelievable. Oh, the things that go on. Let's see. Let's go to Ray, my neighbor Ray, W4OB. How about some comments for the pre-net? N4OZI.
N4JK.
is W4OB. Well, a very good evening to you, Alan, and of course, and just like you said, Sam, conditions are excellent right now, so all the great signals into the Mohawk. But Alan, really looking forward to Stone Mountain and also the special cookout at your lovely home on the night before Stone Mountain. So that'll be real special. And Mac, I can't believe you had a flat tire in College Park in the wee hours of the morning. You never explained how in the world you got it fixed at that hour. Maybe you had to wait until 8 o'clock or something in the morning, but that was oh my goodness, that was an unpleasant experience for sure. But I guess you managed around it, so good for you. And good evening to you, Eddie. You're sounding great from Williamson, and I'm glad you're 40 miles south of College Park now. So let me send it back to you, Alan, and thanks again for doing the pre-nap. N4OZI, this is W4OB.
Okay, Ray. W4OB and the pre-net to N4OZI. Well, I think he wasn't going to wait around. I think getting that flat tire fixed was a top priority. I would, even if I'd have to drive it away on the rims. Oh goodness. Anyway, I recognize Art N4JK and John K4VZF. They're in there. I'll take a standby. Any other check-ins for the pre-net? Come now. Nope, I think we're caught up. Let's go to Ken, K3JWI. How about some comments for the pre-net? This is N4OZI.
N4OZI, K3JWI. Good evening all the way around. Everybody sounds great in Harrison, Tennessee, just like they do everywhere else. And Alan, I really haven't spoken with you since we had a nice couple visits at the Huntsville Hamfest. I did get the K4D about a week and a day later when I ordered it, and been having a blast with it ever since, as you can well imagine. Have not had it on AM yet, but we just came back from our Pennsylvania QTH, where we participated in the Pennsylvania QSO party, and we gave it a workout up there on 80, 40, 20, I don't know, a couple other bands, CW and sideband. Anyway, it's all good. Everybody sounds good. Good evening again all the way around, and I'll send it back to you, Alan, to let you move on, and I'm here for the net. N4OZI, K3JWI. Go ahead, Alan.
Okay, Kim. Well, yeah, you'd sent me a note on that you got your K4. I was glad. I knew you wanted that, so you weren't going to sleep until you had that. So that's good that you got it. And I know you're just having a great... That is an impressive radio, quite an impressive radio. Okay, let's go up to Bob, K4BKC. How about some comments for the pre-net, Bob? This is N4OZI.
Well, N4OZI on the pre-net. This is K4BKC. Bob in Columbia, Tennessee. Well, my receiver just clicked out on me, but I'll switch receivers and be able to hear you all within a minute or two. But it's been a beautiful day here, as everyone has been talking about the weather. It's nice and cool, and been a very relaxing day here in Columbia. Not a whole lot going on. I got my exercise in this morning, walking the dogs around our loop, and made some trips to the pharmacy, and got the things that keep me going back home, and got ready for the net. So, Alan, thanks for running the pre-net. Appreciate you picking me up. Good evening to everyone. N4OZI, K4BKC.
Okay, Bob. K4BKC in the pre-net, the N4OZI. Very good. Get you another receiver going. Sometimes they will drop out on you like that. Let's run down and pick up Roy. W4IDD. How about some comments for the pre-net, Roy, the N4OZI?
All right, thank you, Alan. N4OZI, W4, little Roy in Pensacola. Well, good news this evening, Alan. The band is in good shape, and the reason I know that is I can't copy this pre-net or the net. Hadn't been able to it practically all summer, so there you go. Well, I will hold it. I'm sitting here smoking my pipe and drinking some black coffee and enjoying the pre-net and all the good signals. Great job, Alan, with the pre-net. Back to you from W4, Little Pensacola.
All right, very good. Yeah, band conditions are improving dramatically. And, yeah, I know how it is. It's kind of the same way with the mullet net. It's really tough for me to get in the summer, but it's gotten better and better. Let's take a standby. Any other check-ins for the pre-net? Come now.
Yeah, this is WA4KM, Whiskey I4 Kilo Mike. Good evening, Alan, to you and everyone on that.
Okay, K4CWW on the Pipsqueak Power rig tonight. I hope you can hear me. 69, Tango Alpha Bravo.
All right, got WA4KM and K4CWW Perry and K9TAB Tom. Any other check-ins for the pre-net? Come now. All right, that's what we got so far. Let's go to Manuel, KW4TV. How about some comments for the pre-net, Manuel? This is N4OZI.
N4OZI, KW4TV. Good evening, Alan. Thank you for doing the pre here. You're doing a great job. We just got back from Pensacola, so I'm a little tired. Wife had to go a little early. Have her rotator cuff looked at. I think they're going to do surgery here next week on it, so a little bit tired from the trip, but we really had a good time at the Ham Fest, and it was good to see everybody. And even trying to help the rocks load that 610. All that heavy metal. Every time I went in the match was loading something heavy, but it's always good. So W4AX, I hope you got home with it safely, my friend. With that, Alan, we'll turn it back to you, and thank you again for picking me up. KW4TV.
Okay, Manuel. Yeah, that's what he said. You helped him load it in there. I said, yeah, that's some heavy-duty stuff. PC610 is nothing to put on your shoulder and go walking around with, that's for sure. Appreciate the comments, Manuel. This is N4OZI. Let's pick up Bill, W4MA. How about some comments for the pre-net? This is N4OZI.
N4OZI, excuse me. Hold on a minute. N4OZI, W4MA. Sorry about that. The little amplifier wasn't doing what I wished it to do. But good evening, Alan. Good evening, all the guys on the pre-net. This is Bill, W4MA in North Georgia. And just checked in, and I heard Eddie and Mac, W4AX. It's about when I tuned in. A few others. All good signals tonight, no doubt. Band conditions seem to be pretty darn good. And some DX on the bands. Those of you that enjoy chasing DX and so forth, but band condition seems pretty good. Mike, sorry about your situation. I don't know if it was Forest Park or College Park. Either one, not a good place. I feel sure you of anyone are one that carries, so I'm sure you took care of everything. Back to you, Alan. Thank you for doing the pre-net. N4OZI, W4MA.
Okay, Bill, W4MA in the pre-net, N4OZI. Let's pick up Art, N4JK. How about some comments for the pre-net, N4OZI?
N4OZI from N4JK. Alan, you're coming in real good tonight. I'm hearing everybody. And, of course, manual is too loud, but that's a normal thing. Alan, Mac is a radio hero on my book. He's not going to let a flat tire get in the way of the AM test. I sure am glad he made it down. And, those of us in North Florida and Alabama and parts of Georgia, we just had a big time. Pensacola Mafia was there in force, and they were telling stories. I think a few of them could have been true. It's a beautiful day down here. Got up to about 70 degrees. Spent a good part of the day out in the garage. I'm going to go to bed tonight feeling like I did some good. Back to you, Alan, N4OZI from N4JK.
Okay, Art. Very good. Good to hear you in there. Let's see if we can get John, K4VZF. How about some comments for the pre-net, this N4OZI?
N4OZI, K4VZF. Just to add to Ross' comments, we never let the truth get in the way of a good story. Anyway, we really enjoyed it, and good to see Mac. He's still working down there amongst us. But it all turned out well. We had a good time, took a lot of hands, heard a lot of stories, and just a great day. And the big lunch afterwards was even better. But everything's cool in this area. It's a little coolish down here. Fall is finally coming, but other than that, we're doing well. So I'll go up with a copy and check the mail and be here for the net. And K4OZI, K4VZF.
All right, John, K4VZS in the pre-net, N4OZI. Let's pick up Kevin, WA4KM. Kevin, how about some comments for the pre-net, N4OZI?
Yeah, good evening, Alan, to you and everyone else on the net. This is WA4KM in Villa Rica. That's all we didn't get to make the Hamfest down there, but, hopefully we'll get to make it next year. Had a lot of stuff going on around here, but everything's good. Alan, I won't hold it. Thanks for picking me up in the pre-net, and I should be around here for the net for you and Mr. Stan up there in the Golden Corners. So I'll turn it back to you. It's getting close to that time. Thanks for picking me up again, Alan, and sorry I didn't make it down there to see all my good friends in Florida, but they will be next year. I'll see everybody in Lawrenceville. I will be in Lawrenceville. Thank you, Alan. WA4KM.
All right, Kevin, WA4KM, this N4OZI in the pre-net, and we've reached the top of the hour. Thanks for everybody for helping out with the pre-net, and it's great. We've got a big list here, so let's send it over to Stan, W4KR, to take over this N4OZI.
Okay, Alan, good afternoon. Good evening, everybody. This is W4KR. I'm located in suburban Walla Walla, South Carolina, up here in the northwest corner. Good evening again, everybody. Beautiful, beautiful conditions tonight. We're blessed with easy listening and loud signals. This is the Southeastern AM Radio Club, weekly Tuesday swap and fellowship net, and also the weekly club meeting. And we'll be chugging along here for, let's see, we've got 18 folks on the list now, so we should be chugging along here for pretty much an hour. We meet every week, as I said, at this time, and I would encourage you to take a peek at our webpage, w4ami.org. Dr. Ron Johnson does a great job of keeping that thing running. and it's getting bigger. The number, Ron's got the numbers. He'll share the numbers with us. There are more and more people watching that that website. This is really is a lot of great stuff on it. We normally start with the officers to give any reports and any news related to the club. And but tonight I'm going to do something just a little bit different than that. I think I should have said, I didn't say, but during the net we'll be using the club call W4 AMI, which I'll be using from here on out. Rather than start with the officers, first thing I'm going to do tonight is ask somebody else to make his transmission first. He's a gentleman that we all know, and he hasn't been able to be with us recently, but he's here tonight. And Perry, K4CWW, God bless you and your family, my friend, and take it away. And you're at the top of the list tonight. K4CWW from W4AMI.
Okay, I hope you can hear me. K4CWW, good evening, everybody. Yeah, I've been missing in action a while, trying to get organized somewhat. We're still having to adjust. I'm here at the house in Fayetteville, Georgia tonight, running a Viking 2. Not a lot of power, but it's time for me to start checking in with the folks again. Boy, it's good to hear everybody. Signals are good, and it's a pleasure that it's a comfort that you folks have been here every week holding the fort down for me. I really appreciate that. And today I was thinking, well, I need to get busy on fixing some stuff and doing a little antenna work and this, that, and the other. I think for right now we've decided this was Will's house, as far as we're concerned. And I'm still in that train of thought, so for the time being, that's the way it's going to stay, and we'll see what happens as time goes by, but for right now, we're just going to try to not overreact and keep on keeping on, but thank everybody for your prayers and thinking of us, and I guess there's a reason for everything, and we'll know all about it by and by, something like that. Okay, so back to you, Sam. Thanks for picking me up first tonight.
Okay, Perry. This is W4AMI. 20 over 9. The Viking 2's really getting it done up here in South Carolina, Perry. Perry, Joan and I have been praying for you and the family, and take comfort in knowing that Will's mission on life was fulfilled, and the good Lord called him home. God bless. Take care. And we will see you, hope to see you, hear you regularly here. Great signal, man. What a signal. I'm surprised when you said just a Viking 2, the Viking 2. Okay, we're going to go on with the net at this point, and we'll start with our club president, K4BKC. Bob, your transmission for anything you've got for us tonight. K4BKC, this is W4AMI.
Well, W4AMI and the net, this is K4BKC. Well, good evening, Stan. Good evening to everyone on the net. Thank you one and all for stopping by and taking time to check in with us. And it sure is good to hear Perry back on. You're sounding wonderful, Perry. The Viking 2 is strong up into Central Tennessee tonight. Always a pleasure. And good to hear you on once again. I always like to continue to think about our good friend Ben, W4CT, and his wife Susan, W4YL, as they go through his recovery from hip surgery and his cancer treatments. That keep Ben and Susan in our thoughts and prayers. And as has been said earlier, the Lawrenceville Ham Fest is coming up the first weekend in November 4th and 5th. Hope there's a good turnout for that. It's always a great ham fest. That's about all from here, Stan. On the 20V2 tonight, and flipped over from the Air Spy receiver to the R390. It's full standby. Everybody's sounding great. The conditions are wonderful. W4AMI, K4 BKC.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Good signal between 20 and 25 over here this evening. Good, great signal, in fact. By the way, let me stick something in here at this moment. I'm looking for a two coils for a HRO 60. The standard B coil and the C coil. One's for 20 meters, the other one's for 40. B and C for an HRO 60. Let's see. Next on the list is going to be our trustee and webmaster, WB4GWA. Ron, good evening. How are you, sir? Go ahead.
I'm doing well, Stan. W4AMI from WB4GWA. Well, good evening to you and to everybody else on the net tonight. Good to hear you guys. I was telling Stan and Bob when I get the reports each month about how the website is doing, I'm always amazed. This past month, which would have been, of course, September, the report for September was that we had 335 visitors to the website in September. And GoDaddy tells me that we are in the top 5% of websites in our category. So, as far as ham radio is related, that website is being looked at more than a lot of them. So we're able to hopefully attract a lot of folks and to further the interest in AM with the website and with our activity here on 3885 on Tuesday nights. So we ought to all be proud of that, and we're doing our part to keep the hobby going and keep it all healthy and so forth and so on. And good evening, Perry. You sound good over here. Really, really good, strong signal, that's for sure. And Stan, I'm looking through some resistors here. Were those half watt or 1 watt resistors that you need? You might comment on that. So, copying everybody really well. Hope y'all have a great week. W4AMI from WB4GWA in Concord.
Okay, Ron, thank you. This is W4AMI. Thank you, Ron. Interesting statistics on the website. It's great news. Glad to hear it, and it's certainly, with all the effort that's gone into it and the wonderful material that's on there, I'm happy to see it being viewed. Ron, to answer your question, they're 1 watters, 1 watt, and there's a lot of voltage on them, so they need to be good ones. Okay, next on the list is our Vice President, Mr. Sam from over Alabama way. KF4TXQ, how are you tonight, my friend? W4AMI, go ahead.
Well, I'm doing well and better than I deserve. This is KF4TXQ, and thank you for calling it. Doing a good job, Stan. And let's see, it's good to hear Perry back. And we're just rocking along and enjoying this beautiful weather. It got up to the low 60s today. It's been just a gorgeous day. And looking forward to the evening, and things will get clearer in the evening, and that's good. But anyway, we're just enjoying being in the shack, and I'm working around trying to
trying to sift through some of this stuff and clean up, and you know how it is. Where did all this stuff come from? I should know because I did it, but you know how it is. It just creeps up on you. All right, very good signals. And let's see. Yeah, let's be sure to keep W4CTL and W4YL in our prayers. And they're good folks, especially Brother Ben. But anyway, you know how it is. We just do the things that we need to do. And let's hope that the Lord will look after the Israelites over there. I'm telling you what, that's a mess. No two ways about it. But I'll say no more. This is KF4TXQ, Dadeville, Alabama. Happy to be where I am and doing what I'm doing. Hoorah! Back to net.
Okay, Sam. Good signal. You're at 20 over here tonight also. Well done. Doing well, sounding good. Good quality of that rig sounds great. Okay, next on the list is our treasurer, KA4AMI. Eddie, good evening, sir.
Okay, W4AMI, this is KA4AMI, Eddie and Williamson. Well, good evening, Sam. Excuse me, Stan. Oh, me. No. Good evening, Stan, and thank you and Alan for doing the net tonight. There's just wonderful signals coming into Williamson tonight. Beautiful day here. The sun has just set, and everything is calm and peaceful. So that's the report from here. Don't have anything business-wise for the club, so that's about it. Just been working on my Ranger and dealing with it, and a couple of model airplanes. I don't know if anybody else knows those things or not, but I like the little radio-controlled airplanes. I've been doing it for years, but I've taken about an 8-year break from it because I didn't have a runway. So we got a new runway, so now we can do a little flying once a week or so. Let's see. Harry, good to hear you. And we're also, by the way, on Viking 2 tonight. Listening on the 75A3 and about 100 watts. Going through an in-fed half-wave antenna with a D104 microphone. So that's about it from here. Just returned from Maggie Valley and Waynesville up that way. Spent a few days up there last week, and just wonderful weather, beautiful country up there, and really enjoyed it. Gained about 5 pounds, but hey, you know, I can drop that. That's nothing to me. So anyway, so well, 7-3 to everybody for now, and we will talk to everybody maybe before next week, but next week for sure. Stan, W4AMI. This is KA4AMI of Williamson.
Yeah, Eddie, thank you. Thank you. Good signal. You're a little bit over 20 over 9 here also tonight. Okay. Next on the list, Maggie Valley. That's a cool area up there. We enjoy it up there too. Next up is our net control, or our pre-net control, I should say. Alan, N4OZI. Your turn, my friend. Go ahead.
Okay, Stan, W4AMI in the net, N4OZI. Well, not much to really add here. Weather's been fantastic, and working on, well, I haven't really been doing working on any electronic equipment. The weather's been so nice, I've had to get outside and do some work on a fire pit area in the back. Previous owners had a hot tub out there, got that cut up and hauled off, and it had rotted out some wood under that deck, so I'm got Home Depot delivering some wood, and we're going to replace some of that and get that going, and filling in that fish pond, which was in a terrible place. Even the people that came to service spot said, this is a terrible idea. And I said, yeah, I know. It's not mine. But we got the fish out of there and filling it in, and it's coming along pretty good. So that area back there is starting to look better, and but it's got a long ways to go. But I do that during the fall and the spring, and then when I get back in the cold weather, I'll do some work on some of the equipment around here. I think this other 200V needs to be recapped. I think that'll be the one I'll tackle next. Looking forward to Lawrenceville. It's going to be nice. We'll see what happens there. Don't really need anything. And I should put some iron up for sale. I've got quite a bit of it here, and I probably should make a list of it and try to move it. That would be good. I got a big plate transformer here and a modulation transformer, some other stuff. An RF deck with a 4-400 on it if anybody's interested, but I'll have to get the specifics and get that all listed. So thanks for calling, Net. It's great hearing everybody, and so send it back to you there. Stan W4AMI. This is in for OZI.
Yeah. By the way, I forgot to mention earlier that there's a swap this coming Saturday morning at down south of me here at Anderson, South Carolina. It doesn't draw a big crowd. It's put on by the Anderson Radio Club. You can find it on the website. It's right off of I-85. I think at exit, it's either exit 19 or 21, I forget which, and right close to the freeway. It's in an Anderson City Park, and it's a nice little swap. Won't be hundreds of people there, but it's always a friendly crowd. And I found over the years there's always some good stuff to end up bringing home. Alan, thank you, and we shall be looking for you as the week goes on. I'm going to take, as we do periodically during the net, we'll take a standby for any late arrivers, and we'll do that right now. Anybody else who would like to join us, come on in here. This is W.
November 4 Alpha Kilo and 4 AK.
W4OLJ.
WB0 JZJ.
Okay, I picked up Glenn in for AK. Glad you got home okay, Glenn. And Virgil, W4OLJ. And who was the station that came in after Virgil? I'm sorry, but I didn't get the call. Go ahead.
WB0 JZG.
Okay, WB0 JZG. Good evening, Kevin. Audio's a little bit on the bassy side. That's why I was missing it. Okay, anybody else? Oh, okay. We will move on down the list. I should add Glenn's arrival triggered a thought. Four of us had lunch today over in Pickens, South Carolina, and Glenn was there, and one of the other local Pickens guys, and Ray, W4VRO. Ray is up here for a couple of days, so he's here in thought, but not present. Next up is Dr. John, KN4ME, your transmission, W4AMI, and the Southeast AM Radio Club listening.
Yeah, thanks, Stan, and nice copy on everyone enjoying the net thoroughly tonight. If I'm not mistaken, there's also a tailgate in Helena, Alabama, south of Birmingham. Some of the other guys, I think I'm correct. I don't have my calendar in front of me, but that in the past has been a nice afternoon, morning and afternoon. Outdoors tailgating. Not much else to add here. It's been a beautiful day. We had a great pre-net that I thoroughly enjoyed, and great to hear the activity. Back to you, Stan, W4 AMI and the crew, KN4, Mike Echo.
Okay, Dr. John, thank you for coming aboard tonight. Next up is Mac, W4AX. Go ahead.
All right, Stan, thanks so much. W4AMI, W4AX, good evening to everyone, and thanks so much for running the net, Stan. I'll run through a few comments others made. Dr. Ron, I need some run flat tires. I tell you, I'll just advise you, I drive a 150, and if you've never figured out where your where it falls between your tire and your spare tire and everything is, 4 a.m. in a rough part of town is not the place to do it. But Ray, to your point, I did get the tire changed and got back on my way. But it's certainly something to consider. And hello to all my Florida friends. Thanks so much for your wonderful hospitality in Crestview, and Manuel and Tom, thanks so much for visiting with me there. It was great to see you guys at the Crestview Ham Fest. I did get the 610 unloaded by myself today. I used a chain hoist, and first it was laying on its side, so I had to get it on its feet, and then I put straps around the bottom, jacked it or chain hoisted it up, and then drove the truck out from underneath it. So that was quite an operation to get that done, but with mechanical advantage, it wasn't too bad. And hope to see everyone up at the Lawrenceville Ham Fest. Ken, I hope you had a great pre-Thanksgiving with Joe and Judy. Send them back down south. And finally, Bill, I can assure you, anytime I'm down in Atlanta, as a former Army Ranger for 23 years, you can always count on me to carry and be ready to use it if needed. Back to you. Sorry to take such a dark turn on my last comment. W4AMI, W4AX.
Now, too often, Mac, we tend to sugarcoat things that are difficult, and that's certainly tragically the case down in that area where you had that unplanned stop. You might, as you were describing that earlier, you might think next time you're going to be rolling through that area at 4 in the morning, Mac, before you go, you might pull the spare tire out from underneath and just throw it up in the back of the pickup, and it'll be easier to get to. Anyway, take care, and good signal tonight. Glad you're with us. Next station up is KC80PP. Roger, let's see if you're copying. I recall you mentioned a bit earlier that you were having some difficulty copying some of us. I wonder how we're doing now. KC80PP, W4AMI. Okay, Roger didn't stay, so we will strike him from the list and go on to Ray, W4OB. How you doing, my friend? W4AMI listening.
W4AMI, this is W4OB. Well, a very good evening to you, Stan, the king of Walhalla, as Sam always notes. But, Mac, that was heroic, because as I understand it, you at 4 in the morning, you figured out where the spare tire was and all the tools, and you got it done yourself, which is amazing, so congratulations. You probably picked up a nail in the tire on your F-150, but I know you were heavy coming home with that. I don't think I could have fit one. I need an F-150 to load a BC-610, but nevertheless, that's really good. And one other comment, Alan, I hope you do get a DX60 at Stone Mountain. I know you have all the power supplies for it, so you'd be all set to go. And they really do sound good, for sure. Well, I've spent a couple days here changing all the light fixtures that have been in this house for over 30 years. And I've got my feet here about 20 ballasts. And they, from 10 fixtures, 2 per fixture. The ballast must weigh about 5 pounds apiece. And but anyway, they're all LEDs now, instant on and beautifully bright. So I'm happy, because those old fluorescents gave me all kinds of problems. So we're up to date now. So let's see. again, all good signals, and it's just a real hello to everyone on the net tonight. You're coming in beautifully, and so I'll stick around to the end to hear all the good transmissions. So thanks again, Stan, for being the net control this evening, and of course thanks to you, Alan, for doing such a great job on the pre-net. W4AMI, this is W4OB, Ray in Sandy Springs, Georgia.
Okay, Ray, thank you. Thank you, sir. Welcome. Good signal from Sandy Springs. You're in the 20 over 9 category also. Next up is K3JWI. Good evening, my friend. W4AMI.
W4AMI, K3JWI. You caught me on the other side of the room, Stan. Sorry for the delay. Good evening all the way around. Perry, good to hear you on the air again, sir. Thoughts and prayers are still with you. Anyway, we're on the 20V3 tonight listening to these wonderful signals on an R390A. And like everybody has reported, everybody sounds good audio and very loud signals into this QTH, Harrison, Tennessee. No traffic for the net. I'm not going to be able to make Lawrenceville. Stone Mountain have to be in Nashville to attend a memorial service up there that weekend, unfortunately, but normally I would be down there. So you guys have fun and pick up all the good stuff that I'm missing. Hi. Other than that, not a whole lot. Got back from our QTH in Pennsylvania last evening. Was up there a little over 2 weeks, and give it another 3 or 4 weeks and get into the end of the first, beginning of the second week in November, and I think we're going to head back up for a while again. The trees are really pretty up there, a little about a week or so ahead of what's going on around here now. So that's all I've got. Once again, Alan, thanks for picking me up in the pre-net and running it, and Stan, good job running this net as always. W4AMI, K3JWI.
All right, K3JWI, W4AMI. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that, Ken. Good to have you. Good to have you with us tonight, Ken. Glad you made a safe trip back down here. We were up in Michigan a couple of weeks ago, and it was I-75 got a little bit hairy up in Ohio. An awful lot of truck traffic, but we got there. Okay, we're going to take one more. We're going to do one more station, and then we'll take another standby. W4IDD, Roy. Good evening. W4AMI, your turn.
All right, thank you, Stan. Well, put out the cat, tune up the fiddle. Let's make a little RF for our diddle. Man, let's see. This many pearls you say on the Grand Ole Opry. Howdy. I'm just so proud to be here. And it is good to be here this evening, Stan. The signals are good, and I'm hit my house without able to get in here on this early. Usually it's about 7 o'clock before I can even get in here. But anyway, I hope you're here at the station today. I'm running Miss Daisy May this evening. The B being the 5100, the B model. The B stands for beautiful. And she's on that and more, Stan. I'm going to tell you, every time I look over her, my eyes gleam and my tongue sticks out. So there you go. An MC300 receiver and a pair of 813s and a B&W amplifier. And that's pretty well the story here. I won't hold it any longer, Stan. Just hope everybody has a great week. What's left? 73 to everybody. And I'll close with this little statement, Sam. Stan, I'll get it right in a minute. I hope everybody out there in Radio Land feels as far as I look. I tell you, Stan, from W4, I Pensacola.
All right, Roy. Well, you were solid. I was watching the S meter during your transmission, Roy. Absolute solid 20 over. Never varied an inch. So, or a dB, I guess I should say. But good and solid. And thank you for joining us tonight. Always good to hear you. This is the Southeastern AM Radio Club Swap and Fellowship Net for Tuesday, 17th of October, and we're going to take a standby for any late arrivers. Come on in right now, if you would, please. This is W4AMI.
WA4III.
Okay, we got Greg, WA4III. Anyone else? Okay, we'll move on down the list. Manuel, KW4TV. I'll talk here for 10 more seconds. Manuel, give you time to get over there in the right chair. KW4TV from W4AMI. Go ahead, friend.
Okay, Stan, you're going to have to quit looking at me through your monitor there. I was relaxed. Thank you for picking me up, W4AMI. We had a great time at Ham. I was just so happy to see everybody and get to talk to everybody, and hopefully we can do it again and more people can come. And we just had a great time and just a good reunion. And I hope, as I said, Max got his 610 loaded up, and I hope we got unloaded as well as we got it loaded. So I'll have a lot of fun with that 610. Max, I'm well aware of the heavy stuff because I got a T3 sitting in here, and it's about like the 610. It's pretty heavy. So with that, Stan, I'll turn it back to you and have a good one. Everybody stay warm. KW4TV.
Okay, Emmanuel, solid copy. 15 over, solid copy. Doing good. Okay, next is Bill, W4MA. Bill, your transmission.
W4AMI from W4MA. Good evening to the net. Thank you, Stan. W4KR for net controller. Thank you, Alan. N40ZI for the pre-net. Band conditions are very good this evening. The name here is Bill. I'm in North Georgia between LJ and the Larnaga. We're on a Ranger 1, Johnson Curry amp, and a 75A4. But good here, everyone. Got some good copies on some good signals tonight, no doubt. Also, thank you for the SAMRC officers, all that they do to make this group happen. Thank you. Like I said, band conditions are good. Been a lot of DX on the bands. Those of you that like to chase DX, it's good to test your station and your operating abilities. Lawrenceville Hamfest is coming up in a couple of weeks. Looking forward to that. I believe Chattanooga Hamfest is this weekend. It's south of the city, so you don't have to go into the city, but still 75 is problematic for sure. Anyway, we'll keep it. I know there's a lot of others checking in. Great to hear, everyone. Thank you, Stan. W4AMI, W4MA.
Yeah, okay, Bill. Yeah, good. Good solid copy, Bill. Thank you. Let's see, this W4AMI, next on the board, more and more swaps are reappearing. They were gone for a bit during the old COVID days, but things are coming back to life, and it's certainly good to hear about it. Okay, next up is down to Destin, N4JK. Art, how you doing tonight? Over.
I'm doing good tonight, Stan. This is N4JK. You're coming in good this evening. Thanks for being here. Thanks to Alan for the pre-net. I had a good time last weekend. It was good seeing Mac, W4AX. It was good seeing Manuel and John and several folks that were on here. We had a fine gathering over at Crestview. I'm kind of beat up, ugly, dusty, dirty Night Kit R100A receiver. I wanted one real bad when I was a kid. Used to see them in the Allied radio catalogs. I've had a couple, and this one, it'll probably come back to life. But it's fun to stumble over them. And you mentioned Hancock, Anderson. That is such a nice location and fine gathering. I lived in Anderson for about 10 years. Hated to leave, but I had to respond to the call of the big city. But I was active in the radio club and the contest and all that. A good group of folks there. So anyway, let me throw it back to you. 73 is from Northwest Florida, where it was 70 degrees today. It was beautiful. W4AMI from N4JK.
Okay, Art, N4JK, W4AMI. Art, I didn't realize you had lived down there. I knew you were in the territory for a good period of time. We've been looking, haven't talked about it much, but we've been looking at some land on 178 south of town. It's a beautiful area out in there, out in the farmland. Beautiful, beautiful area. If I could find a few acres, you might pull up stakes and move down there. It's nice. Closer for medical too. AMers getting bigger and better all the time. It's quite a group of people down there in the medical world in Anderson. But anyway, good to hear you, and been hearing you since Alan started the prenet, which was good copy. Been good copy. Okay, next up is John, K4VZS, back down to Pensacola. John, go ahead. W4AMI.
Did Jason say that he had some noise? W4AMI, K4VZS. Well, I'll tell you, I'm sort of like Roy. I've been sitting back with a cup of hot coffee and enjoying the net. And sure has worked out good tonight. Things are starting to slip a little bit, but it's been good. Well, we had a great time. I got my guys come with me, and we all had a good time. That's excuse me, coffee's fighting. But I don't know. We're in a good bunch of people. Everybody on AM is just a good bunch of people. I'm happy to be a member of it. But I'm pretty content today. Yeah, put it that way. Still getting a few things done here and there. I'm enjoying my life. So appreciate you taking in that. Alan, you did a great job on the prenet. W4AMI, K4VZS in Pensacola.
Okay, John. Good copy. Thank you. And you like Art, you were and Roy, you were just dead solid. The estimator just wasn't moving. Looking good. Okay, I'm going to take another standby, and after the standby, we'll go to Kevin over in Villa Rica. And but first of all, let's see. Do we have any latecomers for the Southeastern AM Radio Club Swap and Fellowship? I'll listen for you right now.
Alpha Delta 4 Quebec, Foxtrot Lima.
Okay, I got two stations, and there was some doubling going on. First of all, Alpha Delta 4. What's the rest of your call, please?
Quebec, over.
Okay, 84Q. And the FL station, I need your prefix.
This is Whiskey 4, Whiskey Foxtrot Lima.
Okay, W4WFL, got it that time. 84Q and W4 and W4WFL. Anybody else?
W8ABC, W8 Alpha, Delta Charlie.
W8ADC, where are you located, sir?
Located in Lafayette, Indiana, central Indiana.
Okay. Good signal from Lafayette. Welcome. We'll get to you in a little bit here. We're chugging on down the list. Let me take one more standby. Anybody else? Thought I heard something, but I guess not. Okay, we'll move on. We'll take another standby after another 5 or 6 transmissions, though. Okay, next up is, I started to say before, Kevin, WA4KM. Kevin, we had to take an unplanned trip yesterday afternoon down to Carrollton, or out to Carrollton, and boy, your fast food places around Villa Rica are really, really all short of help. There's a common thread there. They looks like folks don't want to work too much. WA4KM, W4AMI.
Yeah, W4AMI, WA4KM, yes. Sorry about that. I was on hold with FedEx. Well, let me go. I've been waiting all day to talk to FedEx. I'm waiting on my solar panels. Back to you, Stan, WA4KM.
Okay, Kevin. Kevin, I'll call you back at the end, Kevin. Maybe you'll be done with FedEx at that point. Okay, next up is Tom. K9TAB. Go ahead.
Whiskey 9 Tango Alpha Bravo with K9 Wolf Wolf. Really appreciate you doing the net. It's very readable. It's good quality signal down here. And appreciate everybody. Appreciate Freenet and then the net. It's been a good day today. I'm on the Collins 32V2 75A4 receiver. I really enjoyed the Hamfest. Got to meet a couple people face to face. I haven't met before. Mac, pleasure meeting you, sir. Did a lot of, really enjoyed the hanging out with you and Jimmy. Saw Jimmy. There's some of the people that I've really seen before, and good to see Art and Miss Kate. Good to see them. And my buddy Manuel, John, and Greg, and several others. Had a lot of fun. Really enjoyed the Hamfest. It was really nice. And had a lot of fun. Anyway, I'll hand it back to the net and not hold it up too much. But conditions are pretty good. I hope I'm getting through. And I appreciate it again, Stan. Thanks. W4MI, W9TAB.
Oh, coming through without question, Tom. Without question. W9TAB. I didn't mention it before, but tonight I'm running the Apache Lab 7000 SDR transceiver, driving a pair of GU74s, peaking right about the 1500 watt mark on peaks, and about 300 watts of carrier. Good copy, Tom. Good evening. Okay, next station up is my neighbor over about 20 miles due east of here. And for Alpha Kilo, good evening. Good evening there. How you doing, Glenn? Go ahead.
W4AMI in the net. This is November 4 Alpha Kilo, Glenn over in Sunset, South Carolina. It's been a beautiful day. I'm on a Johnson Viking 500, receiving on an NC-183 Delta and a Cobra antenna. So, true boat anchors at last. Enjoyed lunch with you today, Stan. It was a lot of fun, and the other guys. I'm thinking of Ben and Susan, prayers with them, and it's certainly nice to be with this group of gentlemen tonight on AM. Thank you very much for doing the net. W4AMI, November 4 Alpha Kilo.
Yeah, thank you, Glenn. I tell you, that was the best radio lunch I'd been to in a long time. That was a great time. Gotta do it again. Next time Ray passes through the area. Next up is Virgil, W4OLJ. Good evening, sir. W4AMI.
W4AMI the net. This is W4OLJ. Okay, Stan. Thanks for picking me up there. you're doing a great job, and Alan, he done a good job on what I heard of the pre-net. Both of you always do a great job, and it's good to hear Perry back on. Sure is. Been a nice day here in Sweetwater today. Started out with a little shower this morning, but sun came out then, but it was cool. In fact, I lit my fireplace this afternoon. Supposed to have a couple of cool nights, so I thought I'd light that thing up. I got on my laptop there this afternoon looking at the website, and a lot of great stuff on there to look at. And I was reading Dr. Ron's step-by-step instruction on restringing the dial cord on the NC303, and boy, I'm telling you, I don't see how he ever done it. It made me nervous just reading the thing. Boy, that's something else. Sure is. But if he can do that, he can fix about anything, I would think. So anyway, Stan, back to you. A lot of great signals on here tonight. Just about everybody. So back to you. I'm going to enjoy the rest of them. W4AMI. This is W4OLJ in Sweetwater. 73s, everybody.
Okay, Virgil. Well, yeah, Dr. Ron is an artist with the patience of Job and the creativity to go with it. It's amazing. We have a lot of great resources in this group. If you start digging at a problem, there are a lot of places to turn, and it's certainly fun. One thing I forgot to mention when I was describing the equipment a little bit ago. The beginning end of this thing is an Electro-Voice RE27 mic, and the other far end of the pipe at the end of the coax is a dipole 100 feet up. It's 100 feet at the top and about 80 to 85 feet at either end. And it's been up there for 15 years, and I keep telling myself I got to get out there and do some maintenance, and I still better do that before winter comes. Plan on it anyway. Virgil, great to hear you tonight, and thanks for coming aboard. Okay, we'll take one more transmission, and then we'll take another short standby. WB0JZG, W4AMI.
All righty, W4AMI. Summing up. WB0JZG. Boy, my throat is all full of crud now. The transmitter's a little bit on the bassy side. I've heard the recording of it. It's really rather mellow, and probably could use a little more high-pitched bracket, but it doesn't do too bad. It's a 4CX250, up 250 watts of pure output, modulated by a pair of 811As. And I'm hitting a good solid 100% modulation. My super senior is over getting worked on, checked out, repaired, and certified as okay. He's not really finding a lot wrong. Unfortunately, he's found the ashes on 20 meters yet. The air was acting rather squirrely. I am planning on carrying it from the Fort Pierce to my other portable location and firing it up over there. I did order he's got a really, really neat modulation meter I ordered, so I can get a full pressure tabs on things. Listening on the R7180 tonight, with our receivers ready to go back in. I took the whole front panel off and put another layer on the front panel to cover up a bunch of holes and crud and such, and to make it even prettier, because it's got to be pretty, I think you know how that works. And I succeeded. It looks a whole lot nicer. It looks more like it's a safe receiver. Now I got to put labels on it. And once I get some good labels on it, then it'll spec up a lot more. But this is on the R7180 now. I got that fixed for me. But I realized the stuff. I got a big list of stuff. I'm just carrying some of them right now. I guess what got me really motivated when I finally got the 4CX250 up percolating along, which is good. And like I say, it's kind of mellow. I have a lot more highs. I have no I'm not processing on it at all. I have no graphic equalizer. I've got an SM58 Shure microphone going through a Shure module we call a presence adapter, which increases the output at the higher audio frequencies. But my voice is definitely kind of yuck tonight, so it's not going to help me modulate it. But the modulation does look rather fine tonight. So, anyway, I hope you're copying better. The band is definitely coming up. I'm starting to copy a lot more people, a whole lot better down here in Florida. I'm in Ridgeland. So, mid-state, about a third of the way down, quite a ways from Pensacola in the Panhandle, where you have a lot of hams that operate. So I'm kind of out in this no-no land where I will pick up once in a while. But by and large, everybody up north is who I talk with. I've got an antenna that has its pattern end fire going up north. And, hello. What just happened to my O-scope? Well, that was kind of weird. And here's back. And my O-scope quit triggering. And I'm sitting there going, wait a minute, I'm modulating. So, W4AMI, great signal tonight, and the group, and hopefully people copy, WB0JZG.
Okay, this is W4AMI, Southeast AM Radio Club. Next up is Greg, WA4III. How you doing tonight, Greg? Over.
W4AMI, this is WA4III. I'm doing just fine. Had a nice day today. Made a road trip into Florence. Got my little tank decals. Got 3 little decals. Cost me almost $100 for 3 little decals. But I'm not complaining. Means having to change the tag out. And had to go pick up some medicine for my wife at 2 different pharmacies. Had to spread the wealth around there. Come back and been working on the beach pretty much this evening. So it's been a good day. A little chilly for me, but it was still a beautiful day. Talking on the old trusty Johnson Valiant, but the receiver of the day is a 51J4. I don't know if it's a Collins or some other contractor, but because when they decommission them from the military, they take the data plates off of them. Lose the serial number and the manufacturer and all that. But it is I think it's a 51J4S. It's not a regular production 51J4. And I could explain that, but it'd take a while. So thanks for picking me up, and everybody's sounding good. Good net tonight. W4AMI. This is WA4III. Back to now.
Okay, Greg, is the S on the receiver? Is that the SAC version? Go ahead.
It could very well be. It was. What it was used as a C-130, I don't know, spy plane or whatever you want to call it, where they flew around and monitored transmissions from anybody, I guess, but somebody has wrote on it serial number 123. So that, if that's the actual serial number, that dates it back quite a bit. Over.
Okay, well, glad it's running for you. Glad it's running for you. Thanks for joining us tonight. Appreciate having you amongst the family here, Greg. Okay, next station up is Alpha Delta 4 Quebec, AD4Q. Good evening, W4AMI.
Well, W4AMI and the net. This is Dave, Alpha Delta 4 Quebec in Millington, Tennessee, just north of Memphis. So I'm hearing most everybody tonight, but I've got a lot of QRM from some of the 5s. I'm caught right in the middle. And sometimes, Stan, you're begging me out, and then you'll drop down to almost nothing. On the Viking 2 tonight, Viking 2 CDC, and receiving on an R390A and a D104. So I won't keep it long, Stan, so I don't know if they're kind of hard to compete with some of these stations. 73s to everybody. W4AMI, AD4Q.
No, you're good. You're good here tonight, Dave. You're between 15 and 20 over, and yep, there's an occasional carrier, but it's not bothering you at all. This is the Southeast AM Radio Club Swap and Fellowship Net for Tuesday night, W4AMI here, and next station up is W4WFL. Go ahead. W4WFL. Yeah, I guess he wasn't able to stay with us. Okay, last station on the list, and we'll take another standby. W8ADC up in Indiana. Go ahead.
W4TP.
W4ADC. Excuse me.
Whiskey 4 Tango Papa.
I'm sorry, I doubled. Go ahead.
Yeah, Whiskey 4 Tango Papa. John, down here in Bay Minette.
Yeah, okay, John. We'll call for more folks in just a second here. Let me wrap up here. W8ADC, are you with us? Okay, don't hear anybody, or didn't hear him. Next, the next station that called in was John, W4TP. We'll come back to him in a second. Is there anyone else that would like to join? Come now. Okay, I think there were two. The station that with a delta on the end. Your call, please.
Delta. 3FZD, over.
Okay, K3FZD. Was there another station? Go ahead.
Kilo 4, Hotel India Lima.
Okay, K4 Hotel India Lima, K4HIL. Got you. Anybody else? Okay, John, how you doing tonight? W4. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's right, John. I'm sorry. W4TP. How are you tonight? W4AMI. Go ahead.
Yeah, you got quite a list tonight. Yeah, just turned on here, so probably going to drift around a bit. Say hello to everybody on the net. Good to check in, and doing a good job on the net so far. Better conditions. W4TP.
Yeah, good copy, John. Welcome. Glad you got there. Larry, your transmission, K3FZD. Go ahead.
Yes, this is K3FZD, Larry, Signal Mountain. It's just a real pleasure to hear signals on a night like tonight compared to what it was in July or August when we were in I could actually hear the stations from Florida very well tonight. So it's been a little cooler, of course, and not much else happening here, just odds and ends. So back to you, W4AMI, K3FZD.
Okay, Larry, thank you, and good evening. Good signal, good loud signal down here in South Carolina as well tonight. Okay, next station is K4HIL, your transmission.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to jump in here and say hello. I heard the net going on. I'm not well familiar with it, so I'm just going to wave a hand at everybody, and y'all are sounding good and right outside of Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah, what's your name, sir?
Todd, Tango, Oscar, Delta, Delta.
Okay, Todd. Wow, good signal. 30 over 9 over here. You're doing well. Welcome aboard. We're here every Tuesday night, beginning at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Come with the advent of going back to standard time in early November, we will revert back to 6 o'clock Eastern time, 5 o'clock Central. But otherwise we're here. Pre-net starts a half an hour earlier than that, and the pre-net station that's operating that night, it's either going to be Alan And for those in like it was tonight, or the alternate week, it's WA4KM over in Villa Rica, Georgia. But we're here every Tuesday night, and you're certainly welcome to join us, especially with that big signal coming over from Nashville way. Welcome aboard. Okay, anybody else? W4AMI. Okay, didn't hear anybody. So with that, we'll bring the activities for the evening to a close. To our newer stations who haven't been with us before or not been with us too often, I want to remind you of our website, w4ami.org. It's the club website, and there's an awful lot of great stuff on there. And as the webmaster, WB4GWA, said back at the beginning, that site's getting a lot of use in the top 5 in our category, and that's from GoDaddy, and they're pretty big website operators. With that, good night. I want to issue a special thanks to our friends up in the Northeast who have been kind enough to wait till we wrap things up here tonight. Really appreciate your indulgence, guys. Lord be with you, and we'll see everybody next week. Next Tuesday, as I said a couple minutes ago, Kevin, WA4KM will begin the pre-net beginning at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central, and then Sam, KF4TXQ, our club vice president, will be the net control victim for next Tuesday night. Good night, everybody, and thanks for everybody for joining us. Have a great evening and a great week. W4AMI, good night.
Thank you, and hello, Todd.